Welcome to Let's Talk About It, episode 7. Man, first, man, we started on time. So that's listen. Listen, man, we have been grinding, just trying to get this thing figured out in this new space. But I'm so excited to have everybody here with me tonight, man. Listen, we have an amazing panel once again. I have my homeboy, my brother, my friend, all the way from Akron, Ohio, Ian Taylor. What's going on, Ian?
What's going on, Wes?
Man, how you doing out there, brother?
I'm doing well, man. Hanging in there. How about yourself, man?
Doing good, man. Listen, you know me, man, trying to put a wig on a pig and tell her she look pretty, man. That's it. You knew I was going to hit you with one, baby. You knew I was going to hit you with one.
You started early, man.
And then, from my hometown, baby, Port City, all the way from Mobile, man, the man behind the mask. We had to bring, Derek out tonight, allow you guys to see him, another segment that he's going to be speaking to. But Derek, what's going on, man?
Not much, man. Good to see you, brother.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you on camera. Normally you behind the camera, you running the show, you doing all that kind of stuff. So, man, it's good to see you on camera, man. All right, so make sure we got everybody volume sounding good. We up, we ready, we rocking and rolling. That's what Derek be doing, man. So we are just excited to have everybody tuned in tonight. Guys, we got a fun show tonight. And before we dive into it, I just want to, we just did the Mother's Day show. I thank everybody for tuning into that. Great show, great segment. If everyone would, all of our viewers, because I know that we got praying folk that watch us. And, so I want that all of our viewers would you please, keep my mother, Catherine P. Ryan, lifted up in prayer. So just keep her in prayer. She's in the hospital. So just keep her lifted up in prayer. Amen. We thank you for that. But man, when I say we got some big stuff happening, Ian.
Yes, sir.
We got some big stuff happening, man.
Yes, sir.
So
man.
Listen, man. We've been talking, kind of throughout the weeks, trying to, just put something together and being able to figure out how can we make an impact, right? There was something that we've been wanting to do, and I've been like having these conversations with my brother Ian. We've been praying and talking about it and going back and forth. Been talking with Derek and our meetings and stuff as we're going through the shows. And I was like, man, look, I want to give something. Like I feel compelled to want to do something. And Ian was like, absolutely, brother. Me too. Derek was like, man, look, let's figure something out. We got to do something, man. And then so that's a big part of really why we're here tonight, because what we have decided and what God has put it into our spirit, y'all, is that on next week from May 18th through the 22nd, we getting ready to have a revival, a week's worth of word. Yes, online revival. Man, it's revival time. What better thing to give than revival? I know I'm not the only person who remembered, man, them old, amazing, awesome, spirit-filled revivals. Derek, man, you remember, listen, you be at school all day. Now you got to go home, get ready, and your mama tell you, hey, we got revival this week. Because your mama, she already got to sing. Because the choir, the home choir got to sing. And listen, and look, why we on it, man? Because you're a musician. See, Derek, man, listen, I mean, like y'all don't know. Derek has been like playing with me, like since I've been preaching and all that. Derek been playing with me a long time. So me and Derek from the same home city. We done seen a lot of same churches, been to a lot of same places. Derek is living in Colorado right now because I needed him to play for a revival. I was preaching in a revival and finally was getting ready to come up on that last night. And I don't even remember who the organ player or the piano player was, but it just wasn't. It wasn't cutting it, D. It wasn't cutting it. I was like, look, Derek, man, look, you got to fly out here, man. I can get in Colorado, and it was just perfect timing, man. It was perfect timing. And when that man came out there to that revival, boy, man, listen, when I say God showed up in that house, God showed up. But listen, man, let me ask you, man, why is it that musicians don't want other musicians to play on their stuff? Let's talk about that.
Well, it's a few reasons, man. Well, one, I know drummers don't want other drummers who want to show out to put holes in the heads of the drums.
Listen,
So
now look, drummer will pull his old snare drum and foot pedal up.
Like, cymbals too. Cymbals too. All you see is unscrewing.
Unscrewing, man. Unscrewing, man. And look, and we talking about just a simple A and a B. Yep. Maybe just an A selection, and you're going to completely tear the drums down. It's terrible when you see that guest drummer playing on a hi-hat, the old snare, the snare that's busted at the bottom.
And washers for cymbals.
And washers. He ain't got no cymbals. No, the drummer took the cymbals. Right. He didn't did that. That's what I'm saying, man. What be going on? No, I didn't seen keyboard. I didn't seen the keyboard player unhook the keyboard. Yeah. Like, no, we ain't gonna play that. Now you're gonna have to play the old piano over there. And the old piano don't work.
Yeah, well, it's a couple things, when keyboarders or pianists play on your instrument, some play harder than others and they break your keys, or some would change the key of your instrument and then hop off and not tell you that they changed the key. So when you hop on, when you start playing, it's not the key you think it is because old buddy just changed the key.
Oh, he just changed the key. He didn't care with that.
It's a lot of stuff. And now coronavirus out, man,
Oh, so folks ain't gonna be. Come on, man.
It's gonna be
come
a lot
on.
Of
You're not even. Unplug. You're not even finna touch the organ.
Right.
Like, sir, what do you want me to do? Sir, you're gonna have to whistle. You're gonna have to whistle.
Right. With your mask on.
I don't know.
With your mask on.
Put your mask and your gloves on before you sit down. I mean, like that.
And whistle.
And whistle. So I mean, Ian, think about that though. Like, come on, Ian, as preachers, man, come on. We are big, especially from the South. I'm big on high five your neighbor, hug your neighbor, touch your neighbor. I mean, like we are the most touchingest folks ever.
Right.
Ever. I mean, like what you think gonna happen, Ian?
I mean, right now, I don't know, man. I mean, I saw I was watching a brother last night and he was praising through the lights in the hearts, which I ain't never seen that before, but I thought that was a good move. Praising through the lights in the hearts while he was preaching.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think it was your pastor.
He was.
He did do that. I tell you one thing I'm learning right now from the older generation.
Shout out
man.
to PK.
Yes, sir. Is how they are. They're so innovative. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, don't get me wrong. We got some of that too, man. But they're doing some different things, man. They're doing some different things that I really enjoy, man.
Man, listen, let me tell you. So comments, y'all, the comments are open. So listen, type your comments in, drop your comments. We talking about just that old revival. If you remember, like, tell me what was your favorite revival? Put it in because we are like I said, we trying a lot of new stuff. We're gonna be putting your comments up on the screen when we get ready to go into the revival segment on next week. When we go into a week's worth of word, we're gonna have questions from the comments. So meaning that we're gonna be engaging you where you can actually ask questions to the man or woman of God that who's going to be preaching that night. So that's going to be exciting. We're going to open up each night with an interview, interviewing each person and being able to really let you know who they are, getting a feel for their personality and getting to know them. And then we're going to shift into questions from the comments. So get your questions ready. I know many of you have questions right now. So this is a perfect time to engage because I'm telling you, Ian, it's finna be crazy.
I can't, man. Listen, I cannot wait until this goes down next week, man. I'm hyped about it, man. I've been, looking up some of the folks, man, and just I'm excited, man. So tell me though, man. I need can you give us a little bit of a pitch about the lineup, man? Who you got on Monday, man?
Monday. So listen, bro. Okay. All right. So on Monday, we got, when I say this guy, man, is really that guy. When I'm talking about Patrick Dawkins, man. Listen, Patrick Dawkins, bro. Wait, it only makes sense for him to kick it off because Dawkins. Listen, Ian, let me tell you about Dawkins. Dawkins got like that right amount of country in him. It's just like it's like Salt Bay in country, like that right amount. Now he's still city, but he still got that right amount, and he gonna take you there every single time. Every time I've heard this man preach, like I'm trying to figure out how many notes I'm gonna take. Like when I say, so y'all, Monday night, you want to make sure that listen, if you want to go back home, you want to tune in on Monday. Yeah. You want to tune in on Monday. I'm talking about, listen, and I'm talking about going back home, man. Going back home. You remember like the smell of that fried chicken, bro?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Talking about the after church fried chicken, right?
Okay. It's a difference. Listen, I don't care. Hold on. But Derek, tell me this. Hold on. I'm gonna see if you really know what you're talking about. What's paired with that after church fried chicken?
Well, it depends on who's cooking it. I would say the number one pairing would be green beans.
You gotta have them.
You gotta have the grease, not the watery, the greasy green beans.
Listen to me. And if a mother of the church ain't cooking them, it ain't. Listen to me. First of all, she gonna have on house shoes in.
Right. Yeah.
She gonna have on house shoes.
Yeah.
Why she gonna have on house shoes in? Why she gonna have on house shoes?
You tell me about them house shoes. What they got on them?
Listen, a lot of life on them. Right. Listen, them house shoes done seen some things. Them house shoes done seen some struggles. Them house shoes done seen countless funerals, countless repasses, countless pastors ate dinners, and man, them house shoes are built and designed for the kitchen of the church at that point. Absolutely. At that point. Absolutely. She can't have them heels on all night. Like it's 7 o'clock at night. She can't have them heels on. That's why I tell listen. And the thing is, no disrespect to the modern people to where we at today. I thank God for where he has allowed us to advance. But what you can't do, Ian, is show up at repass with an air fryer. No, you can't fry chicken in no air fryer. Because you ain't gonna smell it. You ain't gonna smell it.
On who can cook the chicken. So you got to be 50 or over. Or they not letting you in the kitchen. You got to be 50.
You got to graduate to that. Some of y'all wondering right now, why is it that like the older women of the church don't respect you because you're showing up with air fryers? Right. You cannot show up with that. They cooking in cast iron. It's cast iron.
I just thought of this, and I don't know if they can implement it, but I think those older women may need some armor bearers to really hook hold of the teachings. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Follow them around. Like really tutor them in the ways of this chicken that was
tutoring. Talk, sir. Yes, sir. Because I'm with you. I'm on your side.
Passed down to the next generation. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Them skillets gotta be passed down. Them oven mitts. Even the slippers. The slippers.
Whoa.
We talking about
that's like a rites of passage. That's like a rites of passage. Right. You're talking about a whole nother rites of passage.
The foundational doctrine is once you put on them slippers, you missing service. You're
missing service.
Nobody.
You missing service. So listen. So look, you know where you gotta be in your word, man. Right. So you can't step out.
Right on the deep freezer.
Yeah. Come on, man. If your Bible ain't highlighted yet, you're not even ready. If your Bible ain't highlighted, you're not ready to make that transition.
Right.
Listen,
you're not ready. If your Bible is just on your phone, you're not ready. You're not ready. No. You're not ready for that ministry. That's too much pressure for your life.
In the front end. And
what do you gotta have?
Them tears in the leather. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about them.
Oh yeah, you gotta have that. You gotta have that.
Where it's bound at with the leather, you can see the threads already. Yeah. If you can't see the threads in the Bible, you ain't been in it long enough. You ain't ready for no chicken. You
not ready for that.
You barely stay.
No, you on programs. We'll keep you on programs. You on programs. you on program because because to go into that kitchen is different.
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
I mean, like you've probably served under 2 or 3 pastors.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, come on. Like you served under 2 or 3 pastors.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's serious service.
come on, man. How many first Sundays have you seen at this point? How many first Sundays have you seen at this point in the game?
Bro, the lady who cooked in our kitchen on first Sunday, we didn't see her on first Sunday. Yeah, we knew what she was. We knew what was going down.
You knew what it was.
Yeah.
You knew what was happening. I'm telling you, bro. So no, everything, it's a whole different dynamic. It's a whole different dynamic. All right. So listen, but back to this lineup. I'm sorry, man.
We got off track. All right, man. We dealt with Monday. Let's get into Tuesday. What we got going?
Tuesday. So who we listen. So come on. You know we couldn't have a Tuesday lineup, right? Like we couldn't have a lineup without having a female to come in and be able to do her thing. When I say Minister Demeter Crosby, bro, look, I remember, okay, as Demeter see the flyer, she's like, but Wes, like, I'm the only female, right? And I was like, whoa. I'm not even worried about you. I'm also worried about them keeping up with you. Bro, when I say a praying woman of God, listen, bro, like she hosts a all females lock-in.
Wow.
Lock-in where the women of the church and women and invite all these women and they come in and they lock in and they just pray. And then like the men of the church come and do security and make sure that they straight. Man, listen, boy, if you talking about coming out with that glow, Mac don't give you this glow. I don't care what kind of makeup you trying to put on, what's happening, but when you see these women come out, what's the movie? The Last Dragon.
Oh,
got that glow. You feel the listen. Show enough. I'm talking about every woman coming out of that glowing, bro. Glowing. I'm talking about crazy. So
soul
like
glow.
soul glow.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Like amazing woman of God, guys. I mean, strong preacher, boy. So listen, ladies, tune in because listen, every night. Okay, I didn't even got ahead of myself. Every night, what we're going to be doing is that to accompany this online revival, what we're going to be doing, we're going to have a cash app that's dedicated to providing resources and benevolence to families, and not just families in Dallas. We're looking at families in Ohio, families in Alabama, also families in Dallas, families in Colorado. So each night you will have an opportunity to give to this fund where we can find families that we can bless, that we can sow a seed into and just say, we're praying for you. We love you. That's what this is about. When we said we wanted to be an impact, we were like, listen, man, we want to be able to bring people the word of God. And then we also want to be able to raise some money that we can bless some families right now, because there are so many individuals that are without right now, without.
Absolutely,
and then I mean, Ian, that. I know you can speak on that directly, man, just within your line of work. Go ahead, share with us a little bit.
Just absolutely, man. And I mean, just to have that that presence of mind, man, that we want to that you want to feed people spiritually. You want them to get the word and be encouraged, man. But you also want to be able to help those who you can in a practical fashion, man. And I'm just so excited that you're doing it from both angles, man. So I mean, this is going to be amazing. I hope that people are watching now and excited and getting themselves ready for next week. So I think it's going to be great, man.
Awesome, man. So guys, remember, put your comments in. Let's see who we have in the comments. So let's see. Let's give Derek opportunity to pull some comments up. So we're gonna be letting you guys know this is an example of kind of like what's gonna be happening next week when we go into questions from the comments. So actually put your comments in right now. Say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know where you're tuning in at. We want to shout you out. But man, no, like you're absolutely right, man. So we want to really just be a blessing during this time. Tiffany said wig on a pig. Listen, Tiffany, that's that Alabama. That's that Alabama right there. I knew that was gonna get in. I knew that was gonna get in. So yeah, so we definitely got. So make sure if you're on YouTube, Miss Carolyn, what's going on? Good evening. I'm excited about the revival. Me too, Mom. Oh, me too. Me too. So guys, like code to YouTube. YouTube, we're able to pull your comments. We're gonna have real comments just like that. So making sure that you're tuned into that. So pow. Okay, so Monday night, Tuesday night, where we left off at? Where we at in?
Wednesday. Let's get Wednesday. Who you got Wednesday?
Oh, Wednesday. Okay, let me see. Pum. Wednesday. And had to go back home, man. Had to go home. There's no way we're gonna have a revival and not have Alabama in the building.
Absolutely.
Had to go back home, man. Had to go back home. And when I say I got my pastor, my old pastor from Stewart Memorial, CME in Mobile, Marvin Lou, man, listen here, man. Had to get him. Definitely excited about Wednesday night. So listen, soon as you get done with Bible study, make sure you tuning in on Wednesday night because listen, man, Alabama, it's a different dynamic. It's a different dynamic to it. And see how Derek's smiling over there? They know about that Alabama sound, man. It just, it's something, man, that we had to have that in the mix now. But Pastor Lou, man, is just an awesome, amazing, man of God that's able to really just dissect the word and pull it apart. So we are just excited about Wednesday night. Because I'm telling you, when you want to go back to Alabama, man, I'm talking about like BTU, Red Circle, Crusaders, Sunlight District there, Sunlight, get into all that real Baptist, man, like Vacation Bible School, old school church lock-ins, all that kind of stuff. Youth on the winning side. Remember that, man?
Shout out to Youth on the winning side.
Shout out to Youth on the winning side, man. Miss Matthews, Miss Yvonne Matthews. Oh man, a legend in the city. Yep. Listen, and when I say a legend in the city, like this woman would bring children and youth together from all over the city. Mm-hmm. And I'm talking about hundreds. So many amazing musicians were birthed out of Youth on the winning side. Yep. Soloists and singers, man. Oh man, the concert, bro.
Yeah, just to give Ms. Matthews a shout out, man. If you go to iTunes or Spotify, any of your streaming services, she just came out with an album this year called Glad. Yep. Definitely check her out. Yep.
Check that out, man. So listen, you definitely, and then, she's always on the Facebook. She's always showing love. So we definitely want to shout out to Miss Yvonne Matthews for just doing all of the amazing things that you've been doing for so many years, from chorus director at John L. LaFleur High School. Just the amount of lives that you've touched and blessed, and with New Image. Image and that group. And just, come on, man. That was like the group of the city, right?
You talk about the Clark sisters, you got to talk about New Image too, brother.
You got to talk about New Image. You got to talk about. Listen, you knew if you went to a church and they was on the program, you should have some church.
Yeah, it was
going down that night. Yeah. Wherever 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, it didn't matter, bro.
Let me ask you, have you ever heard Somewhere Over the Rainbow during the church service?
Never.
Oh man, I figured you wouldn't.
Hey, New Image.
They
tell the church up with that song.
I'm talking about. Listen, Ian. I'm talking about like the cover up with the white sheet.
Yeah.
Like it's over. Like I'm talking about people is done. Like it's done. Yeah, it's done. It's done. If you're preaching, you're stepping over people. Right. People is done. Yeah. No. Yeah. Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Oh yeah.
Gospel edition by New Image.
Right.
If you're not ready to glow, like to really go in. Cry, slang, snot, don't even pull it up. Mm-hmm. Don't pull it up. Really? Don't pull it up. It's taking you in. It's taking you all the way in.
I'm downloading songs over here.
I know it. No, so you definitely want to tap into that, guys. You definitely want to tap into that. Let's see what other comments we got. Let's see. Okay. Boom. Who else we got? Okay, got Tiff in from. Let's see, we pulling up. Can't wait for revival. Cannot wait for revival. You are absolutely right, Tiff. Cannot wait from revival. So man, guys, we have just a super lineup. So that's Wednesday. So we got Alabama gonna be in the house Wednesday. Boy, we keep getting sidetracked. I'm sorry, Ian. Go ahead. What we got?
It's all good. Let's get it. Let's go Thursday. What we got Thursday?
Thursday. So okay. All right. So now the only downfall of Wednesday of Pastor Lou is that he a Kappa. I know Derek ain't gonna, I mean, that's the only flaw. That's the only flaw. I had to put it out there.
Hey,
I had
brother.
to put it out there.
Man,
Listen,
calm
I'm
down.
just saying. Listen. If it's only one thing that'll keep y'all out of heaven, it's being a Kappa. It'll do it. It'll do it to you, man. But listen, but no. Because we serve a forgiving God. We serve a forgiving God. Listen, you haven't heard one preacher ever say he's Alpha and Kappa. No, it's Alpha and Omega. They said, y'all not even mentioned. You're not mentioned.
But I want you
So
to
I'm just
always,
saying.
I want you to always remember, all noobs go to heaven.
Oh, see, that sounds like something. That come on a card that you get passed out on Christmas or something. Man, hey, listen, man, this is what we got to deal with. But listen, I mean, I've been friends with this Kappa a long time. Friends with this Kappa a long time. But look, so Thursday night though. So Thursday night, when I'm talking about a young bull, oh man, come on, man. We had to have some millennial on the lineup. Double J. Listen, don't let the light skin fool you. Don't let that fool you. Because I'm talking about he preached like he dark skinned. I'm trying to tell you. Jason Johnson, oh my God. Look, now the only bad thing that's going for him, is that he a Sigma. He is a Sigma. So, we definitely serve a forgiving God. I tell you that. We serve a forgiving God. But the boy, when I say the boy can, look, you ever seen Coming to America on the part when they say, Lisa, the boy has got his own money. He got his own money. He make Daryl look like a goat herder. The boy can go. When I say the boy can go, I be saying he got his own money because he worked for a bank. That's why I would be teasing him with that. But no, man. But when I say this boy can preach, man, good God Almighty, man. I mean, just teach Bible study. Like he gonna holler if he read the announcements. Whatever he gonna do. I mean, if he pull up to McDonald's, he gonna holler. I mean, just whatever he do it. I mean, but nah, man. If you need a pick me up on Thursday, you need to tune in on Thursday. You need to tune in on Thursday. So nah, I mean, man, I remember in like really being excited, man, about just like right now, you don't really hear about 3:00 service no more.
No,
that's over with. That is over with, man. Like people like 3:00. So you want me to leave and come back?
Yeah, that's out of style, brother.
That's out of style, man. The new generation. Listen, man. Come on, think about it, man. Think about Derek, Sunday school. You're there at 9.
Yeah.
Church, 11. 3:00. Then you may even have to go to a night service.
That was night service at my church.
You right.
You had a 7:00 service that night.
You had a 7:00. Y'all did have a 7:00 service.
And the only time
That's
we
your
did was
whole.
if we had to go somewhere.
Had to go somewhere. Then you got to travel, man. Travel with the preacher.
Oh yeah.
But hold on. But when you get that O and that A and B, like the choir finna show out.
Oh yeah.
Like you finna reach in your bag, and the choir finna show out when you go to that guest church.
Man, that was
when you go to that guest church. The battle of the choir. And it's unsaid. And then like you in your section, and then when they say, hey, we gonna have so-and-so church come up, and can so-and-so other church come down? That pass by.
Oh yeah.
That pass by be so fierce. That pass by is fierce. It's like, dog, we really finna tear y'all church up.
Right.
I'm sure there's been some shoulder bumps on the way out. You know what I'm
Come
saying?
on, man. Come on,
You
man.
know,
It's like,
you
oh man. And listen, especially when like they might have had like 5 or 6 people up there, and you show up with like 25, 30.
Yeah.
You gotta adjust mics, and you trying to figure out where everybody gonna go. Y'all didn't showed up with 6 buses. Like y'all brought way too many people for this church.
Right.
Yeah.
Way too many people for this church. And I'm talking about, and you finna blow the roof off with an A and a B selection.
I went to a small church, man, and we had towards the end of the time I was there, I think we had maybe about at the most probably 9 or 10 singers. And
Man.
most churches will bring their big choirs, but man,
Yeah.
When Sure Word stood up to sing, brother, who where's the rest of the choir?
That's it. You
That
standing
was
up
the
with all
question.
nine.
Yeah.
Standing up
All
with all
nine
nine.
of 'em.
All nine of them.
Yep.
The real, hey, so pretty much you telling me about real singers.
Yeah, real singers. Yeah,
Real singers.
we don't have
Singers,
those no more.
No, man, it's rare. It's rare, man, when everybody can just flat foot sing.
Right.
Mhm.
When everybody really just walking. Man, now, you know what we really don't have no more? Them real deal, like ushers. Not ushers, but ushers, man. Like I'm talking about like
No.
usher boy, with the number 3 usher
No.
board. The senior usher board who been, I'm talking about like been ushering 30 plus years.
Yeah. The
30
gloves.
plus
She got
years. Who would come up and tap you and put the gum in. Put the gum in. Now,
Yep.
you know, you're not finna chew gum in God's house. You're not finna do that here.
No.
You're not finna do
Yeah.
that. Not around here. Man, listen, you know what's some of the best peppermints in the world?
Which ones?
Tell me
Them
about it.
at the bottom of the purse.
Listen, man, if you can get past the little receipts that's attached to them because they'd have melted because they've been down there for so long.
That's what make them good. That's what make them good, Ian.
I think
That's what
keep
make
them
them
fresh.
good right there. If you got to pick stuff off of them, you got a good peppermint. You got a good peppermint.
You gotta
Peppermint. That peppermint has seen at least 11 First Sundays, 6 Cracker Barrels, and probably at least one major disaster.
Oh yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question because now these I know about the peppermints, but how did you feel about them strawberry candies that never seem to have a wrapper? Were you familiar with
And they
those?
were just in the Ziploc. They were just in the Ziploc, and they was kind of stuck. See, you could eat like that back in the day, but not today. Ooh,
No.
Not today.
No.
Hey, there's no way. Listen, that could be an episode of Fear Factor. If somebody pull out a Ziploc bag of church candy with no wrappers.
But it gotta be a mother of the church's bag though.
Yeah.
It gotta be a mother's of the church bag. And I'm talking about like the perfume smell is strong and everything is sour. Oh man, listen.
It's on the candy. Your breath smell like what was that Liz Taylor thing?
Liz Taylor. White diamond.
White diamond. It smell like white.
See, Ian, you gotta understand. You gotta understand. Like, bro, I started preaching at 14. So, man, you know how many hugs of white diamond I didn't have. Like, I didn't went to school the next Monday still smelling white diamond.
Yeah.
Like that's what is that? That's white diamond. And then another like Avon. Y'all remember Avon?
Avon, yep.
Avon, man. Listen, man. Oh man, come on, man. Listen, if you man, selling Avon in the church, man, selling Avon and Mary Kay. Come on, man. Come on, man. It ain't the same, man.
I bet y'all don't know about this one. Home interior.
Home interior. What you talking about?
There was a book called Home Interior.
It was.
Yes.
It was.
And
it was. You're so right.
If you went to anybody's house and looked on their walls and they had that picture of like the 5 black women hugging each other, looking strong, you know, the gold mirrors, the 3 gold mirrors.
Yeah, you had that.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's the same book. That's the same book.
That's the same book.
That same book. All that came out of that book. All that came out of that book right there.
Yep.
And where were you born and raised? Where were you born and raised?
I was all right. So that's I was born in California, but I was raised in New York, Mount Vernon, New York.
Okay, so yeah. So that's just certain. It's just certain things that was really to the south, really deep in the south.
Well, see, my grandmother,
choir robes.
Listen.
No, they had that.
Listen. Choir robes, tambourines. The preacher up there going, and then me smelling the chicken. All the church that my grandmother went to was 2 stories.
Okay.
The chicken smell came up from the basement. You understand what I'm saying? So about 6 o'clock, when we about to go home, and the preacher know when to wrap up, that's when you would start smelling that little aroma. They would crack that door. We would go downstairs after church, go down there. We would get home by 8.
You may know something. Sir.
Okay. But a lot of my people, they from the South. They're from the South. North
Yes,
Carolina.
Mama Newton say I still have my candy bag, and she do. It's certain women say, my man, Mama Janet go, Mama go to my church, right? So I know. I'm telling you, if your sugar low, if your sugar get low, you need to get a piece of candy. Get a piece of candy, or if you're getting ready to talk, don't be going up there praying over people, and you ain't got no mint in your mouth. You fresh off of coffee. You fresh off of coffee. You fresh off of coffee, and now you want to come up here and you want to pray over people. Don't do that. Don't do that.
That's
Stop by one of the mountains. Say again, Ian.
That's just good etiquette.
Good etiquette, man. Good prayer etiquette. Good prayer etiquette. Man, listen, we keep getting sidetracked. The revival.
Right now, so we done talked about Thursday. What we got
Friday. Listen, bro. So come on. I had to go home. I had to. I went home to Alabama on Wednesday, but I had to rep home here. So we got, the meter who's gonna be repping Impact, and then also the senior pastor who's gonna be repping Impact. So when I say that you don't want to miss this South Side of Chicago, Pastor K. When I say we call him PK for short, oh man, he gonna close us out. Flat foot, preach and teach. Just a teaching preacher, just like you were talking about Ian. I think Ian, you had saw him the other night. And man, look, come on, bro. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah.
Like he gonna go in.
Yeah. When he started, I was watching him the other night. When he started, it was like in the spirit, I saw him putting on like them little swimming caps and getting prepared to get himself.
I'm gonna dive in. He
was getting them. Let me get ready. They don't even know what's about to happen.
They do not know what's about to happen, man. That little joker gonna go in, man. He gonna teach you up and down, man. He gonna teach you, man. Like when I say, man, like we're doing a whole, he's written several books about discipleship and prayer, and we, and then so in my church we've been doing a whole study about discipleship and just really going in, because that was one of the biggest things, man. For me, I was like, man, being raised in church, like brought up in the church, taught church and all that, but never discipled. Never somebody saying, okay, hey, let me walk with you through this journey. Let me go step by step with you. As you make mistakes, I'm gonna keep turning you back to God. Versus giving me their opinion. No, let's see what God has to say about that, right? So there's that level of discipleship and being able to function in that capacity has just really been amazing, man. So y'all listen, we got a lineup on Friday, man. Like for real.
Yeah. So I'm excited, brother. I'm excited. Yeah. Listen, I online revival, man. That's new. It's fresh, and I hope people catch on to it, man, because this is gonna be exciting.
Man, listen, when I say people need to tune in, man, we're gonna have a week's worth of word, and it was amazing. Preachers like, okay, well, what's the theme? And you heard me, preach.
That's it.
That's it. Preach.
That's it.
That's it, man. Like we want these men and women of God to preach, man. Like right now, we need a word, man. Like we're so dependent on hearing from the government or hearing from city officials or hearing what the news has to say. No, let's hear what God has to say. Yeah. Like God has a word for his people during this time right now.
Yeah.
Man, listen, man. So, okay, we got the revival. We got all of that tuned up. We got that going on, man. Just some amazing things. One thing that we definitely want to say is just thank you. Like really just thank you to everybody. Like this is episode 7. And as we're growing this thing and continuing to do this, like this has really been a blessing for us because normally, and let me say this now, normally pre-corona, me and Derek probably going to talk 3-4 times a year. We're going to have our quarterly check-ins where we say what's going on. He's going to let me know because Derek was still at the church in Colorado where I left, so we're going to be talking, we're going on, that kind of stuff, but 3-4 times a year. And we would always talk about doing something. Let's do something. Let's link up. Let's do something. And years and years and years do something. and now we found ourselves in this situation, and we've been doing something. Like, we have literally talked more over these past couple months than we've spoken in the past 7 to 10 years.
Wow.
Like we talk every day, because we're trying to do something, and it's just amazing to where when this whole thing hit me about, man, let's just do a show. Let's just do a show. Let's just talk. I mean, we want to be able to show God to anybody who wants to listen. I mean, and this is just the truth, to where if it was one person tuned in right now, we'll still be doing the same thing, being who we are, because our prayer and what we pray before we come on is, God, let us be a blessing to one person. That's it. Whoever needs to hear what we're talking about tonight, whoever needs a laugh, whoever needs a smile, whoever needs this information, whatever it is that we're talking about, let that person show up tonight. And then so when I called Derek with this, and he was like, he was like, okay, so what we need to do. And I remember Derek when we first started on Zoom, like that's all we were like, okay, all I know is Zoom, because Derek, you gotta understand, like Derek is a producer, like an in-person producer, right? So he's gonna produce music, make this, he's gonna make sure the AV is right, he's gonna make sure the sound is this and all the other. So this whole space for me and him is completely new. But Derek, do you remember the first episode?
Man, that was rough, brother. That was rough. I think the first episode we were trying to figure out how to get a band to play together, and we realized that the internet don't play fair with that.
Yeah. I mean, we had musicians. We had my homeboy Fred Hunter. We had him. We had another homeboy gonna sing. Somebody on drum. We had everybody on this thing, and it's terrible.
Yeah, horrible.
Sounded
the worst
terrible
idea ever.
Yeah, we was trying to figure it out. I was calling our AV guy. Shout out to Don Gant. I called Don, and we were like, Don, check this out. Don, I want y'all to hear this. I think we figured it out. And Don was like, no.
Nope, that ain't it.
That's not it.
Yeah, you guys on the wrong path.
You guys on the wrong path. That's not it. So we keep trying to do it, man, and kept, and just really just stayed at it, episode 2 and all that kind of stuff. So Derek, kind of talk about what we've been doing and how we've been growing throughout this time.
Well, it's definitely been a journey so far. I won't say that I've had plenty of experience in the live streaming or video editing or that sort of thing, but once Wes reached out to me and asked me to help out, I knew that I've seen it before. I knew there were things that I could accomplish that most people wouldn't even think about. So I did some digging and some research, and to be on the best P's and Q's that I know how to, I just made it happen. I went and got some software that kind of worked for what we needed. A lot of people want to, multi-stream and stream live, and we want to do it the right way. So throughout this process, there have been some hiccups, there have been some mistakes, and I know you guys have seen that. So we definitely appreciate you guys for being patient with us on that. But while we progress with the show, hopefully it'll be more entertaining, and you guys will enjoy what we put together.
Absolutely, guys. I mean, because we're working, man. Like, we be talking, we be figuring it out, man. I be, coming to bed late at night, and even right now, we on 3 different time zones. So we say that's how good God is. Like, Ian is an hour ahead, and then Derek, he's an hour behind me. So it's just how we've been coming together to be able to really work this, and we're growing. We've been so blessed to have so many amazing people on the show and guests, and we're constantly getting people that want to be a part of the show. So just make sure if this is something that you want to do, make sure that you reach out to us, you connect with us, and just let us know if you have a business. I mean, anything that you may just want to just talk about, let's talk about it. That's what we want to do. This has truly been, just that time of just growth in this moment, and being able to come together, being able to meet my brother Ian, and just, and us just dive in. I mean, I'm excited to watch his ministry on Sundays and Wednesdays, man. Ian, just tell us, about your ministry, man, and what you got going.
We Lightwork Church is the the church that I pastor and founded, and we've been doing online ministry probably for the last year consistently, and we've just been trying to grow, man, and reach as many people as we can. One of the things that we do try to do, because we're not able to physically meet right now, is I try to reach out a lot overseas. Africa, China, wherever I can, wherever I feel like the gospel may be suppressed or they're just not getting it. I'm promoting my page over there and just really trying to get the word out about Jesus, about the gospel, about the freeing power of it, man. So that's pretty much what we've been doing in this season, man, is really just trying to get the word out to as many people as we can, and trying to be as diverse in my thinking as I can, not just thinking about here in the States, but really, what's going on over in Africa, and people respond, which is crazy.
Right.
I get inboxes about, hey, could you pray for me? And my wife prayed tonight, and somebody came in and said blessings from Ethiopia. So, I mean, that's crazy. And you figure you're doing it all from, behind the laptop and just trying to go as hard as you can and give them the truth, man. So it's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey. And I'm definitely blessed to have been linked up with you brothers, man. I can't wait to see what the future holds.
Absolutely, man. I mean, when I say like this has just truly been just a blessed journey, man, to be able to. I remember me and Derek was like tripping out. We had an episode and somebody tuned in from London. It was like, man, like that was just crazy, and just so to your point, man, that we're able to really take the gospel to the world, be able, I mean, that's what was intended for us to do. Right. Yeah. And then I think that now that we've gotten outside of the walls of where we were confined for a time, and during that season and doing this season right now, I mean, to be able to do an online revival, right? Because I mean, now people can tune in from everywhere, everywhere, and be a part of this to capture some amazing word for this time and for this season. So, man, listen, I'm ready for next week. I'm excited. Ready, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm ready for next week. There's on. Let me see. I was trying to think about what I love. Let me see up there with good preaching. Now my aunt Bernadette make a mean homemade ice cream. I'm talking about still with the crank and the rock salt. She make a mean.
That's the best ice cream, brother.
Come on, man. Yeah. Come on, man. Bluebell still ain't got it. Bluebell good, but they ain't got it. No, they ain't got it. They ain't got that. They ain't got that on a summer day. And summer day, you didn't wait it. You didn't heard it. Yeah. She adding that rock salt. And you just, is it ready yet? Right. Is it ready yet, Nanny? And when she say, it's ready. And boy, don't be the child that gets selected to get the turner. And when they pull it out that turner and they give you that turner on a paper plate, good God Almighty. That's favor. That's favor. That's favor right there. You chosen. That's like Joseph. That's like Joseph. That's like many colors.
The way y'all talking, man, you're making me feel like I missed my childhood, man. And I felt like I had it pretty good.
No, I do, bro. I miss, like, in the moment I didn't really appreciate it until now. Right. I'm 37. How old are you in?
38.
38 and D.
I'm 35.
35. So guys, to be able to now, we're not older, we're not old. We just, we get older. But what I'm saying is that, but to be able to go back and to now appreciate them things. Now I had no appreciation for the smell of repast chicken. Then. Yeah. No appreciation for it. I didn't have no appreciation for that. No appreciation for that. I had no appreciation. Let me tell you this. I had no appreciation for them Vacation Bible School cookies. Oh, no. When you would put them on your finger, bro.
Yeah. The ring cookies.
Man, listen, I don't know if you've eaten any of those cookies as an adult. Right. They hit different. I tell you that.
Like good or bad different?
Major good. Like right now, you're probably down about 15. For you know it. You had 15 for you know it. It's a bad situation. It's a bad situation. Because like when you were younger, you were managed. They gave you about 3 or 4. They gave you about 3 or 4. Miss Janet say she ready for next week too. Me too, Mom. They gave you about 3 or 4 on the napkin and you got your cup of juice. Because they knew they knew that your little body couldn't handle more than 3 or 4 of them cookies, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Couldn't handle more than 3 or 4. Because as an adult, man, I mean, when I bought my first pack, I went through 1 row. Before I know it, shot down it. Before I know it, row was over with, done. Boom, pop them down.
A cup of some fruit juice and them cookies. Oh man. Yeah.
I'm at Vacation Bible School.
Yeah.
I'm at Vacation Bible School. And did
Yes,
you
sir.
grow up with free lunch? Did you grow up with free lunch?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
You're familiar with free. He was like, what you talking about?
Don't do me like this. Don't do me like
I'm
this.
trying to see who I'm rocking with. And
My nana was from the South, so them cookies you're talking about, we had them at the house. We had
on record.
Okay. So we go downstairs. She give me a Dixie cup, about 3 or 4 of them cookies, and I get me some Kool-Aid. And she go in there and send me sit down while she cook us dinner, hamburgers, and she take one potato.
3 or 4. She knew then at 3 or 4.
Yeah,
see, she got the wisdom from the South.
Right.
To say he can only handle 3 or 4.
That's it.
Well, see,
5
what
or
it
6
was
is
is
5 or 6 will get you whooped. 5 or 6 gonna get
she
you whooped.
had to give me the switch because she had one of those too.
Oh man, come on, man. We gotta go pick your own switch, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. You talking about them real whoopings right there. See, a good switch whooping will make you change your major.
Oh yeah.
In college. It'll alter your whole career path. A good whooping.
But I didn't grow up where the trees had switches, so I didn't know where she got hers. I'm in New York.
She had them. She had them shipped in. Like she flew in with them switches.
Had them shipped because she would.
Yeah, y'all ain't got no trees in New York. No. She knew that.
And she would braid them. She would braid them.
Yeah.
Don't do me like that, man.
Them switches easily came from a fig tree, a pecan tree, or somewhere in Mississippi, Alabama, or Georgia. Because to be able to survive a trip like that and still maintain, their fluidity, to be able to still leave a whelp.
Like
still leave a
or
whelp.
something.
Yeah. I mean, that's different. It's different. Like, I mean, a good switch and a belt whooping is 2 different kinds of whoopings. Both of them, both of them good whooping.
Yeah.
But they're 2 different kinds of whoopings.
2 different categories right there.
The switch literally hits different.
Say
It
again?
does. I said the switch literally hits different.
Oh,
you feel like in a whole different way.
It's the switch that knock a pause into you.
Yeah.
It's that switch that.
And then you make a sound.
It take your breath away. Yes, it do.
Right.
Yes, it do.
You never sound like that. It's the switch that puts you to sleep.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Switch will put you to sleep. A good switch whooping is better than Tylenol PM.
Man, listen here. But those are one of the deepest sleeps you'll ever have, though. When you wake up,
It's borderline coma. Like you wake up with a new attitude. Good morning, everyone.
Yeah.
Top of the morning, family.
Top of the morning. Yes, indeed.
That mean they
Bacon
work.
toast. Anyone? I just feel like making everyone's bed today.
Right.
Oh, ain't no like. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Listen, and like I hadn't. Back in the day, people used to cheer on a good whooping.
Oh yeah.
It was something that you really, I hadn't seen one in a while. You know what I'm saying? It's just different generation.
Oh no.
We just different.
Yeah.
Different, you know what I mean? You got timeout, you got these conversations, you got all that. I'm talking. I literally remember. I'm talking. Man, I was in college last time my mama slapped me.
Oh yeah. I don't really.
I'm taller than her. I'm bigger than her, and she slapped me like I was a stranger. Like she didn't know I was a son. That was last time I was in college. Yeah, I was in college. So that's what
I didn't get a whooping. I think my last whooping might have been in high school, or it was a confrontation with my father, where I thought I was bigger than him at the time.
Oh, you smell yourself.
Yeah. So I don't remember what the conversation was about, but it was I was ready for hands at that time, and he just hauled off, hit me in my chest, and my shoulders came together and clapped. They said, and then I opened back up, and
Your shoulders clap, bro.
So just imagine.
How they clap in?
They clap. Like my chest went in, and they came together, and I just bounced back, man.
Oh,
and after that,
people don't get hit like that no more.
No.
People don't get hit like that. Man, my aunt Bernadette would hit you like that. I had an aunt Bernadette who hit you like that. She had these little arms, man. Them little arms, man. She'd throw a rabbit punch, man, and hit you so hard, man, change your life, man.
Man. But worse than getting whooped, you ever got pinched?
Yes.
My nana,
yes. And turn it. And turn it.
But see, everybody had regular pinch stories. My mama had the pinch down to a science. Like,
talk about
she hit you with that Star Trek where, like, if you sitting in church and you talking, all you know
Vulcan.
is you feel
that Vulcan.
Right there in between that shoulder blade. Oh man, she pinching and ring it. Ooh, boy, how you on the ground?
Nothing you can do. Yeah, there's nothing you can do. You're completely paralyzed.
Yeah.
Mama got full control. She can take you where she wants you.
Right.
She can take you where she wants.
And all your friends laughing.
She didn't. Oh, everybody's laughing, but she's already hit you with 2 stairs.
Right.
She's already hit you with the stair that will go across the church and tap you in the center of your forehead and make you turn and see her. And when y'all lock eyes,
oh yeah, you know it's over with.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Oh man. Yeah,
have you ever had your mama tell you to come up here?
Oh yeah. Oh,
and she in the choir stand.
Oh yeah, she way in the choir stand.
Right.
So now you got to get up like you coming to Christ.
Right.
You walking down the aisle
humble
to go sit in the alto section.
Humble, lowly. You ain't got nothing else to say.
Did you ever have to wait for the whooping when you got home?
Anticipation of the whooping is the worst.
Listen here.
Listen, my mama say, I'm gonna put that whooping on the shelf. Please don't put it on the shelf. Don't put it on the shelf. Whatever you do, don't put it on the shelf.
Whenever she puts it on the shelf, it seems like it collects momentum.
It does. It does.
I remember one time, a few times, my father he would tell me, when we get home, I'm gonna talk to you, and I would get home and I would have to sit in my room, and my father, he had a lot of belts, so I knew when I heard that door open.
A lot of belts.
He had a lot of belts, man. I don't know why he had so many belts, but you would
just
hear
weapons.
But you would hear the buckles. They would clank together like little chimes. It was so terrifying.
Oh man,
it was like the wind chime of death, man. I was just like, what is about to happen to me?
Please don't let these belts clack together. Jesus.
I didn't know he was coming in with multiples. I didn't know what was gonna happen, man.
Jeez.
Man, listen, man. I had a mama that'll throw anything. Anything. Yeah, throw anything. It didn't matter. Listen, my mama hit my sister with a phone book one time so hard. My sister knew every number from A and went into the yellow pages. She can tell you businesses, numbers to hospitals, it didn't matter, funeral homes, it didn't matter. Any number you wanted, she knew every number for 6 years straight. Yeah, it was better than 411.
That's tough.
Hands down. Like hit her in the small of her back with a phone book. And a phone book gonna flap. Them old phone books with like big. Yeah. I didn't see my mama make a shoe. Yeah. I didn't see my mama make a shoe turn a corner. Like, how did she even do that, man? Yeah. Oh yeah. Pick up anything, man.
My mom was cool. My mom was fast. And remember back in the day, you had those not the rotary phones, but the phones on the wall that had that long cord.
Long cord.
So you think you was getting away with something until she came around the corner, that cord just pulling and stretching, and she yoked you up. I told you to turn off the TV.
And on the phone.
Still
Mama
talking.
got you in a full Nelson, and she's still planning first thing.
I didn't got a little bit of that. She holding a full conversation. I'm up here like this and got a little bit of that Vulcan.
Vulcan. Yeah, that Vulcan will change your life. That Vulcan will change your life.
My mom was a shelfer, man. She put everything on the shelf. When it was time, that's when it was time. I ain't gonna chase you. I ain't gonna chase you. It's time.
Here to go.
Oh man. Yeah, you know what time it is.
You know what it is. You already know what it is.
Right.
Let's not act like we don't know when we know.
Right.
Let's not act like it. Man, so listen, y'all, man, this has been great. So we just sitting here talking about just the old church, man, growing up, man. Make sure you May 18th through the 22nd, a week's worth of word. Make sure
Yeah.
you tune in, guys, as we get ready to really, close this thing out and wrap up. This has been an amazing, amazing episode, man. I thank y'all. I needed this. My
Yes, sir.
brothers, I needed this.
I'm here for you, bro.
Thank y'all.
So,
I
yes,
needed
sir.
this.
Yes, sir.
So, but being able to laugh and just, being able to tie things together. So as we get ready to really close out and just wrap this thing up, man, I just want to really, really encourage everybody to continue to support, continue to do everything that you've been doing, man, telling people about it, bragging about the show. Make sure that you subscribe on YouTube. Make sure you follow us on Facebook and friend us. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Guys, we're trying to do something amazing along with so many other people. I'm just excited to be a part of an amazing family of people that's putting out just good content for, for us to sit and watch. So definitely continue to be a part of Let's Talk About It with Mr. West. And I appreciate you for tuning in tonight. Ian, my brother, thank you for being on the show. Ian is going to be hosting this thing with me on next week, y'all. So we want to make sure that, hey, you tuning in with us. Derek, hey, man, appreciate you, brother.
I got you, brother.
Appreciate you, man. Love you, man. Like I do, bro.
Man.
We done been through a lot together, and I just love what God is doing with us and for us on this journey. So everybody listen, what we always say. I don't care how good you think you are. I don't care how much you think you got. I don't care who you think you know. We're always much stronger together. I love you.